Why, hello there! How's it going? How's it going, guys? So, sorry. Alright. So I thought this week it'd be fun to do a brief animation overview of how I did. Well, not like a complete, maybe like a very brief, high perspective overview of how I created the first scene of Annoying Villagers 31. This is fairly old now. For the Patreons, this is different. This is different. This is a totally unscripted, planning, spontaneous thing, whatever. So, basically what this video is about is that I'm gonna go over what are the thoughts and then also some animation tips of like how I created the first scene of Annoying Villagers 31. So, let's take a look at the final product. Alright. Okay. So now that's what we're gonna be going over mostly, for the most part. So already right there, a lot of planning and time and preparation came in. Like, as the viewer, you usually don't generally think about, all the work that goes into these animations. Like, for example, like, what are the jokes? Where are all the jokes that we saw already? Where are all the jokes? Also, I'll give you some background information. Like, right now, before Annoying Villagers 31, you didn't really see the llama that well. You didn't see him fight and stuff yet. So, of course, me being the crazy person, I had to make sure that he had all these special abilities and stuff. And then you see MrFudgeMonkeyz and Boop and then the pink zombie. Just like, what's happening? What's happening? Yes, I had to make it that, like, when he spat, it was like gun sounds. I think he was very kung fu-y. And also, there's already this joke that we already went by. The zombies are with the shields, and then they're talking, and then they're distracted, and he just walks behind them. And then, yes, I want to go over this fight scene. Like, notice, just look at everything. We're gonna be going over in Blender. That's the animation program I use. Yes, I'm asking! I use Blender! Alright then, here we are in Blender, you see? So on your left, we have the camera view. And then on your right... Oh, hopefully I got that right. Oh! This weird shape thing is supposed to be the camera! This weird triangle, trapezoid thing. I think that's a trapezoid. This is a camera, and this is what you're looking at out of the camera. So if we progress through the scene, you see the camera move, and then your perspective move. Whoa! Sorry. I'm not gonna make this very technical. We're just gonna do it so then I assume you know nothing. And then we can have fun. Right? You don't need to know stuff to have fun. So you see the camera switched. Yeah, there was a cut. What you were seeing. So then you see that, yeah. Let me just go through the fight scene. Because I add the subtitles afterwards. So usually I'll have a script of what I want the zombies to say, and then I would make the zombie sounds to sound something like, it's like, maybe like, for example, I'm saying like, oh, I like bread, and then maybe in the zombie speak I'll like, right? And then I have a script, and then I know, and then also, just a fun fact, I get really confused sometimes of like what they're saying sometimes when I'm animating. Because I'm adding like so many scenes that I completely forget all the zombie stuff. And this animation especially had like all these zombie dialogue. Alright. This is the juicy part of the... So then, this is how I decided to stage it. So basically staging means like how I decided to present it, basically. So while you're watching the animation, you're only seeing you're only looking through the camera view, and you're looking how I staged it, and you see these like dashy lines. This is the rule of thirds. So then you just put these dashy lines over it to split it into like a tic-tac-toe board. So you can see how things are relative to the space that they're given. So you see that how I staged this is that first you could see where Steve the llama was relative to Boop, our heroes, or whatever they are, MrFudgeMonkeyz and Boop, and then the pink zombie sort of. And then we switch to now you know where they are relative to each other by the camera. Oh man, we were supposed to go over animation, and now we're doing staging. So much scripted. And then all these other shots, they were basically all like just showing the zombies. Basically, it was just showing the zombies of like them talking, and then we were doing close-ups of the zombies to show them that, oh, this is what they're thinking, this is what they're talking about. And then now you don't know where Steve is. Steve the llama is, right? And then he teleports over here. Right? This is the magic of animation, because you're only seeing this stuff. You're not seeing this view. He teleports. Also, like another question I always get: where do you get your Minecraft characters from? How do you put them in the blender? How do you get them from Minecraft and put them in Blender? Well, basically, I created these characters from scratch, but of course I'm using the Minecraft textures and stuff. I might modify them a bit and stuff, but then yeah, these are the Minecraft textures, and then I just create the characters, and then these weird shapes that you see are controller things. So these guys are like puppets, and then you control them on the computer. Yes! That is basically what animators do. They just control puppets and then have weird shapes on the characters, and then you control them. Yes, and they're basically, yeah. So yeah, I created them. So then, stop asking me. Alright. And then you see that, like, he's so serious that he has his hands and his eyes squinted. He's like, oh, he's so serious, and then, like, the zombies are like, oh! And then we do the sweet showing off Steve's kicks. I want him to be like a Kung Fu llama! Right? A Kung Fu llama, and then he's so serious that his arms are crossed while he's, like, kicking him. He's like, oh! You see, like, that zombie? So then, basically, these characters were, they were, like, hand animated. So basically, I had to move him into these positions, and then have the camera in this position to see it this. And there's a bunch of decision making. Oh man, we're so professional. So there's a lot of decision making of like what they're doing and how things are portrayed. So you see, like, this happens very fast. So then usually don't really think about it, but then like you see the zombie, he was looking backwards, and then he gets side kicked in the face, and this other zombie just gets kicked in the back. And we switch to this next view. Right? And then we see the zombie just like prancing around trying to hit Steve, and then notice the legs. You can usually tell, I don't know. Very good animations. They have very cool legs. Well, no, oh yeah. I really like the leg animation. Like, look at how detailed the leg sliding and stuff. Like, when he jumps back, did you see it? And of course, like, the thing I really like about, like, fight scenes is that, like, there's always creative elements to it. Like, for example, like, if he was just kicking them and then they were just getting hit down, it would be very boring. But then, you see, like, the zombies start using weapons and using their shields to, like, attack him. And now we're just scrubbing through it. So you see it frame by frame. So you see, like, he does, like, a little jump backwards and he slides a little bit. Yeah. Look at the legs. Look at the legs. Look at the legs. And look at his arms. His arms are, like, flopping around him. It just adds another, like, dimension of like a little style, and then of course like you have to do like a bunch of stupid stuff, right? So then why his leg is soft animal flesh hit metal axe and then deflect it. And then of course he has to do all these combo moves. He has to catch it with his mouth, and then also when he's spinning around, he uses the other leg. See, he does this little hop jump, switch legs, and he kicks the zombie. And then of course we have to show off the squashiness of the character. Squash and stretch. Different animation principles are like littered throughout this. So he stretches like abnormally compared to like you see he gets a little fat, and then he gets really skinny, and he throws it and he bounces down. And of course, and also did you notice that this whole sequence was one, the camera didn't switch its view, it was just following, it was just tracking the impacts of him. Like yeah, this was planned. I wanted to show off just like it was uncut of like Steve just beating them down. Like you saw him kick them before we got into this this camera view, right? And then we just stay this camera view for the like for the whole fight sequence basically of him fighting the 3 zombies. I wanted to show you where all of them were relative to Steve. And see that they're like Steve's kicks were very strong, and then they're just on the ground. They're just slowly getting back up, and then Steve just keeps knocking them down. Yeah, you can see that like, and then this whole part was like only like around like 30 seconds, and you see that like a lot of effort already went into this. Like usually like the fight scenes usually take the longest because there's so much emotion happening, and there's so many decisions to be making. Alright. And then we switch. Of course, these characters are in the background, and then you don't really pay attention to them. And then you see these characters. So this is just like a little taste. Like if you see my Patreon, I usually give much more detailed explanations of how I do. Well, do certain things, and then also commentaries. Also, I try to make it not very technical, so then anyone who doesn't understand, has never touched any 3D animation things before, can enjoy them. You see all the thinking and all the decision making that like goes into like making these. Yes, these are very laborious to make, I guess. I don't know why I do it, because I'm usually a lazy person, but I hope you enjoyed watching this though. We'll probably be back with more gaming stuff next week. Alright, bye!